Hey folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Well, we've got a World Series champion. Baseball is gone. So what happens? One sport ends, another's about to begin. We get college basketball work that we have to start doing. It's just great to be in Las Vegas, always in look-ahead mode. And that's why our friends at oddsworthbetting.com are here for you. Featured pick of the day is a little $7 below this video. They're always looking ahead, looking to help your cause. You know, in college football on a Tuesday night, we do get the weeknight games now, and some of these are big. We're looking at Northern Illinois against unbeaten number 20 Toledo. Don't sleep on Northern Illinois. This is a pretty good football team. So this is no cupcake game for Toledo in this spot. Toledo's going to be the favorite in the contest. Looking at them as a 7.5-point favorite. The total on the contest is 65. I always say, you got to be checking the weather at this time of year, especially for these weeknight games. Looks like the weather's going to be good. Then we get another MAC game on Wednesday with Ohio and Bowling Green. It's just fun with these weeknight college games, and we're going to see Baylor and Kansas State this week as well in a weeknight college football game. So lots of opportunities to focus on in college football. You just talk about the drama that we saw this past weekend, the crazy play in the Duke-Miami game, college football, the Michigan game with Michigan State. We're seeing some of the craziest things we've ever seen, and I'll tell you, in a book, there's no better place to be for the reactions, pro or con, when something crazy like that happens. Now, the NBA is a very busy Tuesday night slate of games. We're looking at Chicago at Charlotte as the first game off the board, 7 p.m. Eastern. Indiana at Detroit. Pistons seems to be an improved club. Atlanta at Miami. The Hawks trying to get their feet rolling again. They had a great year last year. Orlando's at New Orleans. New Orleans has a very tough schedule to start the season. Davis is a young, rising stud. Always fun to watch him in action. Then we get Toronto at Dallas. I think Toronto's going to be a good team again this year, especially at home. We'll see what the Mavs have to offer at home in this spot. Here's one of those something has to give kind of deals with Sacramento's pace of play and their offense at home against Memphis, who can play a really solid brand of defensive basketball. But when need be, they are capable of putting points on the board. And the bottom line is Sacramento's defense is not that good. So don't think Memphis can't run and gun with them a little bit too if they need to. And then Denver, who's been a lower scoring team this year, they'll take on the Lakers as the get-out game on Tuesday night in the NBA. Now, Tuesdays are always an exceptional menu in the NHL. We're really excited here in Las Vegas. We're getting ever closer to the announcement coming that expansion hockey could be coming to Las Vegas, get the NHL out here. Fired up for the start of this young season. The young studs are playing some great hockey. McDavid and Eichel have been really good for Edmonton and Buffalo, respectively. Dallas is at Boston. Dallas has to play back-to-back nights. This is a high-octane offensive team for Lindy Ruff. Jersey and the Islanders, a little regional rivalry. Take note of this. Watch the game with the Sabres and Islanders on Sunday, and the players were all complaining. Now playing in Brooklyn, they're saying the ice is not that good, which makes it very hard for anybody going into the island until they get that ice situation sorted out. It's hard to pass the puck. It's hard to produce offense. Washington at the Rangers, Ovechkin versus Lundqvist, always a good battle there. Battle of Canada, Ottawa, and Montreal, two really strong, solid teams in the Eastern Conference. Tampa Bay and Detroit, this is another marquee matchup in the Eastern Conference. Monster games on Tuesday night. The NHL, this is a great slate of games. How about the Kings playing really good in their own end now, taking on a St. Louis team that has very high expectations. Calgary's at Colorado. Calgary has given up goals in bunches. That's also been the case for Colorado. Philly is at Edmonton. Every game's kind of an event at Edmonton now with Connor McDavid on the ice. And the get-out game is Columbus at San Jose as Columbus desperately tries to right the ship and get their season back on the beat. It's going to be a great Tuesday. Lots of opportunities on the wagering board. Oddsworthbetting.com, featured pick of the day. It's available to you right below this video. Back with you on Hump Day. We'll get you ready for our first peek at college football and next week in the NFL after the big injury news, Le'Veon Bell and more. Guys like Steve Smith going down. What impact does that have in relation to the wagering number? We'll talk about that tomorrow right here at ScoresAndOdds.com.